Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are diving into how to create a custom Share tab connection in Idea Statica without using the built-in custom operation for Share tab. This method gives you more flexibility and control when modeling your connection, and it's perfect for those looking to push the software beyond its standard tools. If you're interested in learning how to do this using the built-in custom operation, make sure to check out my previous video. I've got that covered step by step there. Let's get started. Alright, let's start by setting up the geometry. You can either select a predefined setup from the library or create your model from scratch. For this video, I'll show you how to start from a blank model so you get full control over the setup. As for the parameters, feel free to input values based on your project's specific requirements. Next, add a new member by clicking on this option. You can customize its shape and material according to your project preferences or design standards. In this case, the column is automatically set as the bearing member. If it isn't set by default, you can manually assign it by selecting the column and clicking the Set Bearing option. Now, let's trim the beam so it ends at the surface of the column flange. To do this, click on Operation. You'll see two types of cut operations, one for members and one for plates. Since we are cutting the beam, select the first cut operation, which is specifically for members. Since there are only two members in the model, the software automatically identifies which member to cut. Next, set the offset to 0.5 inches to ensure the beam ends slightly before the column flange. We don't need any welds for this operation, so under the weld settings, select No Weld. Now let's place the shear tab. To do that, go to the stiffening member operation. Next, let's align the shear tab with the beam web. Under the type setting for the stiffening member, you'll find three options: rib, widener, and doubler. Rib aligns the plate perpendicular to the member. Widener places the plate along the center axis of the member. Doubler aligns the plate flush with the surface of the member, as you can see here on the screen. For the shear tab connection, we will select the doubler option. Since we are creating a bolted shear tab connection, we don't need any welds here. So, go ahead and set the weld option to no weld to remove them. Now we need to assign the shear tab to the column flange. To do this, go to the Operations menu. You can use either weld or cut-off plate option. In this case, I'll use the cut-off plate operation. This ensures that if the shear tab overlaps or clashes with the flange, it will be automatically trimmed to fit flush with the flange surface. Next, let's provide a double fillet weld. When you place your mouse over the weld size input, you'll notice it displays the throat thickness. However, if you prefer to work with leg size, you can change this in the settings. Go to Project Settings, then under General Design, change the weld size display from throat thickness to leg size. Now let's place the bolts. To do that, go to the Operations tab and select Fastener Grid or Contact Operation. We want the bolts to connect the shear tab to the beam web. To do this, set the item count to 2. Then, assign item 1 as the shear tab and item 2 as the beam web.